Now we're getting warmed up. Next up is a senior from the University of Toronto. Alex Mulligan is a two-term president of his chapter. Through the experiences from this position, he's learned a host of valuable lessons about leadership. When taking office, his chapter was on sanctions and had a poor reputation on campus. Today, it has seen marked improvement, and this alone makes him well qualified to talk about what makes a good chapter and leader. Being a psychology major in the areas of leadership and organizational behavior helps too. Please join me in welcoming Alex Mulligan, Toronto 2018, and his Ignite, Making the Most of Your Presidency.
Watch me speak from my heart when it comes to you.
Being president is easy. It is. See, being president is dependent on how you lead, and what you want to do. But what I've learned over 2 terms as president is that you can make any leadership position easy, including your presidency, with one thing: a vision. A vision is the cornerstone to any successful endeavor, whether in business, science, politics, or fraternities. A vision allows you to be more flexible, goal-oriented, and more dynamic than trying to lead without a vision. It adds inspiration to your message and allows you to be more motivational. Everyone's heard the talk on vision before. They're often vague, unconvincing, pedantic, or sound like a pyramid scheme. Not all visions are equal. Not all visions are created equally. You need to be dynamic. You need to be flexible. You need to be goal-oriented. You need to be collaborative, and you need to be innovative. Collaborative, innovation, dynamic, goal-oriented. I've had many weak visions. It's probably natural when you're learning to be a leader to have these weak visions. Before I was president, my chapter was in trouble. We were $20,000 in debt. We had an awful reputation on campus. We were raising no money for GSI and ranking at the bottom of CEP. IHQ even tried to shut us down. But over my 2 terms, I've worked closely with my predecessors and my 2 executive boards, and I've not just created a vision that has allowed our chapter to stay afloat, but thrive in the most difficult of circumstances. In 2 years, we paid off debt well ahead of schedule. IHQ actually owes us 10 cents now. We've ranked top 10 in CEP for 2 years in a row. We raised GSI money, which we didn't do. We have a great reputation on campus. And I mention this not to brag, but to stress that against all odds, and it was against all odds, we've never been bigger than 23 members. This was not a result of a fluke of magic. This was a result of a vision, of a goal-oriented vision. And our vision hasn't stopped there. It's always changing. It's always undergoing renewal to meet the new circumstances and the new goals that our chapter has. It's never going to be static, and yours shouldn't either. Regardless if you're the top chapter in DU or the bottom chapter in DU, a vision can and will improve your chapter. So let's get into it. Being dynamic in your vision is important. You should be flexible with your means to achieve your goals, but stubborn in what your goals are. Having a dynamic vision allows you to respond to unforeseen circumstances or stuff you can't control, like when your philanthropy forgets they have a midterm the day of your GSI fundraiser. When I took over, attrition was high. There was no way we would have been able to achieve our goals, increasing chapter size, clearing debt, if we had been rigid. The flexibility dynamic vision gave us allowed us to respond to these changing circumstances, share tasks, and revise our approaches to achieving them. With you, making sure that your vision is dynamic and not rigid will allow you to be flexible when the times get rough. No term is ever smooth sailing. Trust me, it's not. And that dynamic area of your vision will allow you to respond to these rough areas by remaining anchored to your goal and avoiding being rigid. Having a dynamic vision also allows you another thing. It allows you to strive to challenge new things and try out new events. That's what another important aspect of vision is: positive growth. It sounds paradoxical, I know. How can you have a vision and not have positive growth included in it? Many leaders incorporate aspects of maintaining the status quo or building on current strengths like recruitment or philanthropy. That may be great, it's called a fixed mindset, but America did not send a man to the moon by focusing on fixed mindset. America sought new skills, new challenges, and pushed the status quo and the boundaries to land Apollo 11 on the moon. That's positive mindset, positive growth, and that's what you need in your chapter. Include opportunities for brothers to learn new skills and develop new traits. Push the boundaries, challenge exec. Allow brothers to build on these skills that you have, but don't stop there. Learn something, develop something. Not only will that allow you to succeed in Delta Upsilon's mission of building better men, it will allow you to learn about yourself, your brothers, and achieve your goals faster. Don't work on what you have, work on what you don't have in your vision. Inherent in all of this dynamic vision and positive mindset is being innovative. Uber, Apple, Microsoft, they're all tech companies, that's all I could come up with, but they also have something in common. They're dominant forces in the business sphere, dominant because they're innovative. When you're writing your vision, incorporate aspects that are innovative. Allow exec and non-exec to try new things, pitch new ideas, incorporate those. I can't tell you how to be innovative, but what I can do is I can tell you to create a safe space when you're planning your vision for brothers to pitch ideas. Not all ideas will be great. Not all ideas will work. But not all ideas will fail, and many will succeed, and they can become cornerstones of your administration. They'll allow you to thrive in entities like recruitment, philanthropy, or alumni relations, where resources are cutthroat. You'll stand out, you'll do better, and you'll look different from everyone else on campus, and that's what being a DU is. We must be innovative. We must be innovative, because what worked in the past may not work in the future. An innovative vision allows us to be ahead of the curve and plan new events. This is America. It's land of the innovation, right? Finally, make it collaborative. Dynamic visions, innovative visions are hard to sell. And unless your chapter is a banana republic or a Soviet bloc state, you can't lead like a tyrant. You need to generate real buy-in with your vision. Charisma, suave political maneuvering only goes so far. A far better and more ethical way of generating buy-in for your vision is to allow brothers to help you craft that vision. Your vision for your chapter, and this is going to sound weird, shouldn't just be you. It should be a group idea. You can't lead the chapter alone. You need the help of that exec board. Sit down with your exec. Listen to their opinions, their ideas, listen to brothers' goals, and what people envision for their portfolios or the chapter. Incorporate those conversations into the vision that you're crafting, and I guarantee you that the uptake and the approval on your vision will be that much better. Collaborative visions also allow you to foster a way better relationship with your exec. My chapter's turnaround wasn't the result of me. It wasn't the result of one person. Our alumni advisor, Dickie, he's great, but it wasn't the result of just him. Sorry, Dickie. It was the result of all of us working together. When you meet the big chapters today, or this week, who are the sweepstakes chapters, they all work together. They're close-knit communities who know each other well and can help each other out. Having a collaborative vision will allow you not just to know each other well, but it'll allow you to work together because you know exactly what people want in that vision and exactly how people are going to execute that vision. So that's it. I hope that I've given you some tools today that will allow you to craft a vision that's inspiring and creative, one that's dynamic, focused on positive growth, innovative, and collaborative. I'll share one last story with you. When I joined DU, someone asked me why I would ever join DU. And it wasn't a nice, why would you join DU? It was a, why would you join Delta Upsilon kind of thing, Delta Upsilon. But that 180, we've done a complete 180. And now we're not being asked that question anymore. We're not that chapter anymore. We have a far better rep on campus. And people ask, why didn't you join DU now? That was the result of a strong vision, a collaborative vision and an inclusive vision that incorporated many aspects of what DU means, what our chapter means, and what we wanted from each other. So I'll leave you with one last quote. T.E. Lawrence of Arabia, once said that 9/10 of tactics are teachable for generals. The 10th is the true test. I believe in fraternities it's the same. 9/10 of what you'll experience as president is predictable. That 10th is a true test and you can't predict it. But if you've created a strong vision, one that's dynamic, innovative, collaborative, and focused on positive growth, not only will you be able to manage that 10th, but you'll be able to master it and use it to your advantage. Thank you.